Bucko's Bounties. Yo Bucko, it's Zero coming back to you with another figure review. Today we have yet another brand spanking new figure. I've gotten super lucky on the releases this week, but we have none other than Luke Skywalker and Ysalamiri. This is another comic figure. This is the fourth in the set and the last of the set. Not too many people have their hands on this. This actually shipped from Big Bad Toy Store, not sponsored. But anyways, I'm surprised with how fast this came in, and you guys should be seeing them from GameStop, wherever, Best Buy, wherever you ordered it pretty soon. But anyways, I got a whole slew of figures out here that are related to this review. Well, Cal isn't really related, but just did the review on that awesome figure, so go check that out if you want to see that. Anyways, let's get straight into this box. So this is the Star Wars Black Series Heir to the Empire Luke Skywalker, and this is freaking awesome. Now, I'm actually rereading through this because I don't remember too much from it, because I read it when I was younger, but I do remember just Thrawn being totally badass in not only the book, but the comics. Pretty sure it's based on the comics, which is based on the book, I believe, but yeah, this is badass. I always love this. I'm super excited to have this in hand because not only is this Luke a recolor of that Luke, which is freaking awesome already, which was I want to say he was my very first review, or one of them, but he also comes with these Ysalamiri, and that's freaking awesome. So let's take a dive in this box. Got your Heir to the Empire comic cover, freaking sweet. You got the side of the box, awesome panels. Look at how nice those look, freaking dope. Yeah, I think this is from like a training arc type of deal, I'm not sure. Another comic panel, very nice. Then there's that. Yeah, pretty sick. Back of the packaging, 50th anniversary Lucasfilm, Star Wars Legends. Side of the box. I like how they use just any comic. They're like, whatever, it's not even the same outfit. Luke and Ysalamiri. And let's crack this open. Here's the money shot. Boom. Oof. Oof. That's nice, but let's go ahead and look at this bio on the side. Luke Skywalker. 5 years after the destruction of the Death Star, Luke Skywalker fears there is no hope as the remnants of the Imperial fleet are readied for war under the command of Grand Admiral Thrawn. So it's a very similar situation to what's happening in Mandalorian. So I wouldn't be surprised if they took some things from this comic when Thrawn does come back in the Mandalorian. So honestly, it'd be good to read up on this. Then Ysalamiri, using Ysalamiri to sever a developing Jedi clone's connection to the Force, allowed mentally stable Jedi clones to be created. A discovery Thrawn would use in his war against Luke Skywalker and New Republic. Hell yeah. Then you got your basically inside of here Black Series box. Very nice. Look at all that. And we're going to go ahead and crack Luke out of the packaging. Alright, I think you know the deal. Money shot. Nope. I thought this was going to come out smoothly like the other two, but it doesn't. But there you go. Alright, anyways, here's Luke out of the packaging, and he looks awesome. I absolutely love the Dagobah training Luke, which is basically, it's 100% reuse from that, just repainted, which isn't a bad thing because I do love that figure, and that likeness is really good. But yeah, we'll get into more of that later. Anyways, let's get into his one and his only accessory. So that is, of course, his lightsaber, which comes bent out of the packaging. Now, again, I'm gonna probably have to run this under some hot water because it's gonna annoy me. I had the same problem with the Dagobah Luke's lightsaber. Let's just go ahead and show off these lightsabers next to each other, because originally I thought that it was gonna be a different color. Okay, it is a little bit. So this is the this is the Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker from Jabba's palace, and this is the new one. Now, you are missing black details that this one would have, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, it's pretty much the same in every aspect besides that, so kind of sucks that you're missing a little detail, but I don't mind too much because I love this lightsaber. But yeah, so Yeah, and besides that, this green is a lighter green color. I don't know why they always like change up the greens. I guess it's just the molding. They just put whatever green they want in there at the time. Yeah, besides that, yeah, this lightsaber is exactly the same in every regard, minus the black on the hilt. So that's a little unfortunate, but not a big deal. So moving on to the next accessory. Yeah, so we got the Ysalamiri. This thing is basically like a lizard type of deal that cuts connection. That basically, yeah, severs connection to the Force, so it makes Jedi very weak. And yeah, this thing is very interesting. Looks very nice. And then if you wanted to, you could throw this around Luke, but obviously that's not going to go. That's not supposed to go around Luke. What it's supposed to do. So obviously what this meant for is Thrawn, and I do remember this coming with the original Thrawn figure, so this is going to live nicely around Thrawn's neck. He looks freaking awesome. I absolutely love this. Thank you, Hasbro, for making this. Very weird inclusion with that Luke, but it's perfect timing since they just re-released Thrawn. So yeah, if you have this, you definitely want a Thrawn in your collection, because now that original Power of the Force 2 or whatever it was figure is complete. This is looking awesome. So you will live on Thrawn. Hell yeah. So you're probably wondering, you know, what's different about this figure. There's not too much. We're going to compare this one and the Dagobah Luke, of course, but here's his likeness. Not too bad. Here's the original likeness. Yeah, it they kind of took like the shininess off his face. It was supposed to be sweat, so that's cool, but they did kind of keep the hair mold. Is that just dust on mine, or yeah? So this new hair mold looks to be a bit darker than the old hair mold. Yeah, definitely. I think it kind of looks better in my opinion. Yeah, not too much has changed though. It's basically the same thing, but it's just nice it's a little darker, but it works for this. Both figures are awesome. And then of course you get down to his actual shirt. It's the same exact shirt, pants, and boots. Yeah, those freaking snow boots that he has still there. So same thing, just with plain black instead. Same thing behind. So yeah, it's not too much going on with this figure. It's a pretty plain figure. It still looks great. It looks very sleek, very nice, very Jedi-esque, or very Luke-esque. Very something he would wear, definitely. This thing looks awesome. It's a little lazy compared to the other figures, I'm not gonna lie, but still having this in the collection is great. Now, there's not too much to talk about here. I would definitely say if you don't have the Jedi Training Luke, you definitely need that in your collection. There's no reason not to have that, because you can switch off the hands still from that. I want to show you what the hands look like, but I almost feel like people would be like, why are you switching out the hands when he doesn't come with the hands? So I'm not going to do that. Don't screw it. Alright, you know what? I decided just to do it. Screw it. So yeah, of course, if you have the Dagobah Training hands, of course, you can easily switch out the hands. No problem. They actually look like a different skin tone color. So I don't know, but it'll flow nicely. So you got your handstand hand, of course. Now this is only if you have that other look. Yeah, it is a very slight skin tone color that's changed, so that's interesting. But you do have your handstand hand, of course, or your force push hand, and then yeah, you have your choke-a-bitch hand. So yeah, so that's just another incentive if you want to buy that old one. You should be able to get him for a decent price. Now he's been out for a while. Now some places had him for cheap. I know my GameStop has him for like $30. So definitely worth the pickup. One of my OG reviews, one of my worst reviews, and I still love that figure. So anyways, alright. And anyways, you know what, screw it, since this is a short review anyways. Here he's next to the Jedi Knight Luke, just to give you a good comparison between the head molds and all the stuff. Again, not too much going on, but you can see where this outfit was inspired from. It's a very cool thing to kind of have these three outfits next to each other. It's a very nice transition. yeah, these guys are looking awesome next to each other. So also I should point out one thing, is that arm likes to get trapped like that if you don't pose it right, so that's annoying. I don't think my original figure has that problem, but don't leave it like that for too long or else it'll never want to go back. But anyways, let's get straight into articulation. So you got your neck is on a ball joint, goes up into another ball joint, so the neck moves separately, then your head goes up that far, down that far. It's actually not bad at all. You got your ball joint, or your butterfly joint there, so you're going to get a decent amount of movement, not the best ever, but it's a decent amount of movement. You got a hinge and swivel, the shoulder, single jointed elbow, hinge and swivel, you got a hinge and swivel at the wrist, ball joint at the torso, then your legs go forward that far, back not that far, out that far. Got a thigh swivel, single jointed knee, which this one I kind of wish he had a double jointed knee, so no ass kickers today. No boot swivel, then you got a hinge at the ankle and a forward facing pin for rockers. Alright, anyways, let's get Luke back to training so he can defeat the Empire once and for all.
Feel my body growing, my bones have started glowing. The time has come for showing, that'll shape you up and work you out. The party feels exciting, my soul is synthesizing. This whole place is jumping, get on up, let's hear you shout. Live tonight, you gotta move it, so you gotta feel the heat. Live tonight, you gotta move it, so you gotta feel the beat. Live tonight, you gotta move it, so you gotta feel the heat. See my moves are flowing, this beat's not easy going. My limits are unknowing, I can shake you up and wear you out.
Alright, now we're going to show him off next to some other figures. So of course here he is next to Thrawn, Vader, and Stormtroopers. Here he is next to Bespin Escape Leia and Bespin Han Solo. And of course, here he is next to Boba and Mando. And as always, here he is next to Luke Skywalker Squawker and Old Left Limbs. Alright, anyways guys, overall, not a bad figure, but it's definitely not a necessary figure. I would say what makes it worth this figure worth it definitely is the Ysalamiri and the box. Just the box is beautiful. This is an awesome figure, so if you don't have the Luke or the training Luke, I would definitely say it's worth it. If you do, I mean if you like the design, definitely worth it. I like the design, I think he's worth it, but he's not really the most necessary figure. I just think the comic figures are awesome, and yeah, I just wish he came with a little more, so I'm glad they at least included this thing. But anyways, not the most necessary figure, probably the most disappointing out of the comics, but he's not disappointing himself. I don't know, I just wish he came with more. Anyways, you could bring him in warm or you could bring him in cold. Thanks for watching and good hunting.